What's cracking, fam? T Money up in the heezy. It's like 11 p.m. Thursday night. Um, just finally sitting down, winding down. It's been a long day, long week. But yeah, finally getting to this video. I feel like I got the bulk of stuff that I had been waiting for in today, so I felt like it'd be a good time to do this video. Pipsina, what are you doing back there? Oh my gosh. No, do not go up there, Pipsina. You will knock things down. You're a very bad girl, Pippi. What will do? What do I look for? I'm just gonna take it over and let Pipsina entertain us tonight, guys. Oh, what'll do? Where'd it go? You're stuck. She's stuck. She found a corner. Pippi, what are you doing? Pippi, what do you do back there? Oh, that's so silly. You're very silly. Hey, why you do these things? Here, Eddie will move this. Because that's an eyesore anyway. Anyways, guys, so before I get into this update, I gotta say I got a little bit of bad news today, but so I had my MRI, I guess, Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. I think. Sorry that this kind of a little finicky, and there it goes. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I got my MRI done on Tuesday, and I got my results today. And I have something called severe spinal canal something. I don't even know what it's called. I'm drawing a blank, but it's not good. It's the narrowing of your spine, and apparently mine is severe. And this usually doesn't happen to people until they're 50. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I've just destroyed my body, which Lord knows I have. But I'm kind of like researching it now to try and figure out what exactly it is and what I can do about it, because I don't really know. Let me see. Spinal canal stenosis. Okay, so I have severe spinal canal stenosis. Yeah. Spinal canal narrowing. And basically, from what I've read, is well, I don't need to get into the technical things, but it's sort of caused by arthritis. And I'm thinking maybe I was born with it, because they say people usually get it when they're in their 50s. I'm only in my younger, I guess, early 30s-ish. So, yeah, I don't know. It's scary, though, because I don't know how bad it is and what I'm going to need to do until I meet with the doctor on Monday. But they just wanted, a resident called me today and was like, just want to let you know that's what's going on, and that's definitely why you're having pain in your right leg and why it's going numb and tingling and all this. So it sucks. I was hoping it would have been something not as severe, but we'll see. Aspirin and stuff like that helps, they say, for like a quick fix. But as far as long term, I guess it depends really on how bad it is. But surgery and corticosteroid, I don't know what it's called, steroid injections. There's different things you can do to mask it or fix it, but I don't really want to have to do like steroid injections, and I really don't want to have back surgery. So I don't know, maybe if I just lose some more weight and try and sit straight. My dad was always like, sit straight, driving me nuts growing up, always making me correct my posture. But you know, I'm very curious, because I got in a pretty bad car accident. You may recall, I probably talked about it. It's probably like almost a year ago now. And I got like smashed. I was in a line of traffic, stopped, and the guy behind me had just got off he was coming from the airport. Apparently he was jet lagged. And he smashed into me at going like 40 and totaled my Saab. I mean, my roof was like dented into my rear window, or the rear bumper was like basically up, dented into the what do you call it, the rear window, I guess, the rear windshield. But it was crazy, and it was like really, really, really traumatic force. and I was being stupid, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and luckily I didn't die or get really hurt. But I don't know. I really feel like that accident may have had something to do with the severity, I guess, that's developed of this spinal canal stenosis. But we'll see. So I just want to let you guys know that's what's going on with that, and I'll know more about it Monday after I meet with my doctor. But for now, I am doing stretches. I'm seeing a chiropractor, which seems to be helping a little bit. So we'll see. But yeah, so tomorrow I have a chiropractor appointment. I'm looking forward to that because he's going to have my results, and hopefully he'll be able to help me more. Or scare the shit out of me and tell me I'm fucked. I don't know. We'll find out. But all right, so let's get into the update. I got a stack of stuff from Indicator that came in today. As you may or may not know, they were running a sale recently. They're, I think, the only sale of the year. So I got just 5 titles. I have most of the Indicator stuff that I want. So I didn't need any box sets or anything like that, but I did grab a few things from them. So, and then I got stuff from FYE, Diabolic DVD, and Amazon, and Zavvi. Just a lot of stuff. So we'll get into that momentarily, but first I wanted to share something with you that I got. You know, it's never too early, I guess, to be buying horror ornaments. They're pretty cool. I bought one last year of the Headless Horseman from this company, and I wanted to grab something new. And they have a Sasquatch one that I really want to get. But this is the Michael Berryman haunted house. Well, Michael Berryman series of haunted house collectible ornaments, I guess. Well, it's the Michael Berryman series, and the ornament is that of a haunted house. And they're cool. They just come in little boxes. They're really cute. Oh, there's no interior box. Wow. Usually you get like an interior box, but not this time. And then you just get a little small haunted house, which I think is cool. I like it. Pretty soon my Christmas tree is going to be dominated by all my horror related stuff, but we are a horror 360 household. Not really, but I am, so therefore we are. But it's cool. I like it. It's not as cool as the Headless Horseman one that I got, but I still like it. I think it's cool. Haunted house ornament. And it's pretty nice. It's like solid, pretty heavy. Not that heavy, but I don't know what it's made of, but I like it. So, and I have no idea why this is the Michael Berryman collection. It says 1031 on there, so that's cool. It's Halloween. You could barely see it, but sorry. There it is. So, cool. I don't know why it's Michael Berryman collection. I don't know what he has to do with this, but anyways, cool. And they're like $10, $12, so they're reasonably priced. So that will go on the Christmas tree this year. We have the haunted house. Last time I ordered one that actually there's a box inside, so they've gotten a little cheaper in terms of their housing of the ornaments, but that's okay. It's fine. It came fine. So, all right. So, first up, It. Stephen King's It, the original. Had to grab this. FYE exclusive. I love this movie. Now, I had heard a lot of stuff just briefly about the second movie not being as good, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment. And I have to say that upon kind of, getting multiple different people's takes on the film, I think I'm going to like it better than the first one, because for me, I wasn't really big on some of the CGI in the first one. I thought it was really cheesy. And I went and saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark last night, actually, which I liked, man. People didn't like that movie. I liked it. I thought it was great. Like my buddy Celluloid Terror had it right. I usually love his or agree with him on most things, but he said something about the story being too long or something. But I really liked it. I thought it was good. Aside from the creatures in it, I really liked. I thought they were all really creepy, and there's a lot of tense moments. I liked it, and I thought the story was okay. It was kind of like the weakest part, I think, especially the ending was kind of cliche and lame, but I thought it was good. I liked it. For the most part, it was definitely good for me. Again, very cliche. The wraparound was very cliche, but I loved how they incorporated like the 4 different stories, and I loved them all. I loved Harold. I loved the contorted man that comes together at the end. It was a little much towards the end of that, but and I really loved the big toe. Who ate my toe, or who took my toe, or something like that. I love it. It was so good. And I have like minor critiques about it. I mean, of course, because I am not really a critic, but I like to critique. Um, so, anyways, but anyways, what I was gonna say about this is that I saw the preview for It Chapter 2 on the big screen, and it looked really good. Like the voice of whatever his name is, the guy who plays It, little goofy, I guess, maybe, but some of the special effects, some of those visuals, man, they really. There's one scene where you kind of see like a bunch of different like clown faces in the mirror. They're kind of like panning, like Pennywise's face is like transforming, and one image in there was just really creepy. Like it was good. It was like CGI done right, I guess you could say. So a long way from the razor tooth jaw opening sequence of the first movie. I hated that. I just thought it was so ugly, so synthetic looking. But anyways, I digress a lot. Let's get into the stuff that I got from Kino Lorber and the Warner Archive Collection. Moonfleet. Never seen this movie. From 1955. Kind of like an adventure, epic type movie, I think. It's got Stuart Granger, George Sanders, Joan Greenwood, and Vivica Lindfors. Don't know really any of them. But adventure and intrigue await all ye who venture into the small, sinister village of Moonfleet on the windswept moors of Dorestyle, particularly as directed by Master of Menace Fritz Lang. It's a Fritz Lang film. This colorful tale of a young boy's experiences among some really bad companions and thralls in the tradition of Kidnapped and Treasure Island. So I love any like adventure, and I feel like some of the imagery in that is really good. Atmosphere, great atmosphere. Then I grabbed Midnight Lace because Tara Futon picked this one up, and I like my 60s, 70s noir stuff. So yeah, Martin Melcher, he produced it, but it's based upon the play Matilda Shouted Fire. Target for temptation or terror, screen legends Doris Day and Rex Harrison star in the shocking Hitchcockian thriller wonderfully directed by David Miller, who did Sudden Fear. Let's see. Doris Day plays Kit Preston, the elegant newlywed wife of British financier Anthony Preston. Shortly after moving into one of London's wealthiest neighborhoods, Kit is threatened by an unknown party. The tension mounts as the menacing phone calls continue and her husband shows little concern, until she begins to doubt her own sanity and the motives of everyone around her. So, sounds good. Guess maybe not noir, but suspense thriller from the 60s. Awesome. Then we have one from, I believe, the early 50s, Wagon Master, a Western starring the great directed by the great John Ford, starring a bunch of people that I don't know, Ben Johnson, Joanne, blah blah blah. But it's a John Ford Western, so awesome. Probably good atmosphere in that one as well. Then we get into some stuff I grabbed from Diabolic DVD. The films of Sarah Jacobson. I'm not really sure about this. I kind of took a gamble on it. Punk-spirited DIY films from the 90s combine B-movie aesthetics and riot girl feminism, standing as the testament to the vision, determination, and raw talent of the queen of the underground cinema. So it's Mary Jane's Not a Virgin Anymore, I Was a Teenage Serial Killer, and I believe that's it, those 2 films. Not really sure, but we'll check it out. That's AGFA for you, always introducing me to new stuff that I'd never heard of before. And then we'll get into some Arrow Academy that I got from Zavvi, actually. Demon Lover. This was a complete blind buy too. It's kind of a new wave David Cronenberg film. Up and coming executive Diane lets nothing stand in her way when it comes to landing the lucrative Tokyo anime contract for the Wolf Corporation, guaranteeing worldwide exclusive rights to the latest in cutting edge hentai. Despised by her assistant and engaged in a risky game of corporate espionage, her ruthless ambition meets its match in Demon Lover. However, the company is only the front for an online portal to the Hellfire Club, which gives its users control over the next big thing in interactive extreme pornography. Real women tortured according to subscribers' whims in real time. Diane wants a piece of the action and will stop at nothing to get it. This film is from 2002, and it says it is 20 years after Cronenberg prophesized the dark side of the internet with Videodrome. Acclaimed French filmmaker Oliver Assayas updated it to the new millennium in this startlingly prescient Demon Lover, a chilling exploration of the nexus between sex and violence available at the click of a freaking button. No, I'm just kidding. But so that sounds cool. Then, of course, we grabbed the great Who Saw Her Die. Haven't seen this movie, but I like Aldo Lotto. And, yeah, just some good Italian giallo. Brand new 2K restoration of the film. Comes with a booklet with the first pressing. Stars former Bond star George Lazenby. Sculptor Franco Sopieri, played by Lazenby, welcomes Roberta, his young daughter from a failed marriage, to Venice, unaware that a disturbed child killer is stalking the city's canals. When Roberta's body is found floating face down in the river, the lives of Franco and his estranged wife Elizabeth are ripped asunder. Desperate for vengeance, Franco turns detective into a bid to track down his daughter's killer, and in the process unearths shocking evidence of depravity and corruption which implicates some of the most respected figures in Venetian society. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but awesome. Love me some giallos that I've never seen before. I know I'm going to like that one. All right, and then I got this guy, Nightwish, from Unearthed Classics. Had to pick me up a beautiful release like this. All but we see or seem is but a dream within a dream, the famous Edgar Allan Poe quote. Using sensory deprivation techniques, a doctor of parapsychology provokes his students to examine their own deaths in ever more horrifying circumstances. Roles are exchanged and shuffled as reality and fantasy become indistinguishable, and each new dreadful death proves more terrifying than the last. Starring Brian Thompson from The X-Files and Cobra, Clayton Rohner from I, Madman and Murder One, Jack Starrett from First Blood and Blazing Saddles, and Elizabeth Caton from Friday the 13th, The New Blood, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. So we've got a cool little mishmash of character actors in here as well. Horror character actors, I guess you could say. So Nightwish, never seen the movie, but 1989. So sounds crazy, and had to grab that one. I love this Unearthed Classics kind of line that they're doing. This is the third one. I know, oh gosh, there's two other ones. The Unnameable, I think, was one of them. I don't know what number 2 was, but awesome. Oh, I think it was Dark of the Moon, maybe. So that's cool. And then we will get into the last thing I got from Jesse over at Diabolique, and that would be Dos Combrute Dul. I don't even know what this movie is called, but sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It's from 1999, and it looks gory as all get up. So I can do a little bit better than that for you guys. I will really quickly look up the synopsis from Diabolic DVD and let you guys know at least what the American title is of the film. So stand by for about 3 more seconds while I find it. Oh, looks like Jesse got some new stuff in too from Diabolique, so I'm going to have to go on a little shopping spree pretty soon here. Lots of good stuff. Wow. Holy smokestacks. Jeez. I wasn't aware that he updated this, but he definitely did. All right, so this movie is the 80s mafia is on the prowl, and they have a vendetta against the Bandora family. They will do anything to get even with them, even killing Steven's pregnant girlfriend while Steven is in a coma. The problem, sorry, I heard the disc move and I thought it was Pipsy. The problem with the Bandera family is that they're immortal. Cut them in half, split their heads open, take a chainsaw to them, and not only do they come back with a vengeance. So this over-the-top splatterfest is one of the most brutal films ever to come out of the German underground, and that says a lot because Germans are known for splatter. So, yeah, looks gory and independent. So if you're into that sort of thing, check it. All right, and last but not least, I got a few titles from Indicator. They're having a sale. Mostly stuff that I actually had never heard of, to be honest with you. I did grab Dragonwyck because it's a beautiful release, and I love this film, and I love Vincent Price. So I could probably sell my Twilight Time now. And I did grab Absolution because this movie is great too. And I actually first saw it when Kino first put it out. So now I have a nice upgrade of Indicator. And these were all on sale, so I got them reasonably priced. But I love this movie, Richard Burton. So probably, yeah, upgrades on those. And then I grabbed The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, which is a great, I think, 50s musical, sci-fi type craziness. I think it's from the 1953. So, yep, awesome. And then I grabbed Bellman and True, which I don't really know anything about. Looks to be some sort of sci-fi romp. I don't know. Directed by Richard Longrain. The problem is, it says, how much can a man endure before he starts to fight back? So some sort of epic journey into sci-fi maybe. But they don't have any synopsis on the back of these releases, so it's kind of frustrating. And then I grabbed the classic Missing, starring Jack Lemmon and Sissy Spacek. Oh, God, it's been a long time since I've seen this, but good suspense thriller. And this one is limited from 1982 as well. So Charlie Horman thought that being American would guarantee his safety. His family believed that being Americans would guarantee the truth. They were all wrong. So I've been really on like a crime drama kick lately. Kind of questioning my own like obsession and fascination with it, but I've been watching a lot of like just depressing like crime stories, like real true crime stuff, and I don't know. I was talking to my dad about it the other day. He's like, "Why do you watch this? It's so depressing. Stop." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I should stop." But it's fascinating. That's why it's there, right? That's why ID Discovery is so freaking popular, and all these podcasts and whatnot. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I will be back pretty soon. I got a lot of stuff coming. Scream Factory just posted, I think, the rest of their releases for the year, horror-wise. Maybe minus one or two. I'm not sure. But I grabbed those, so I'm stoked. I got some really cool stuff to look forward to with that. Just a lot of stuff coming. So, as always, stay tuned. There will be more where this came from. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.